You're listening to Nothing Small About Business, where big thinking meets real-world action. Ready to level up? Let's get into it.
Today's guest is the founder of RoamCircle, a woman-first community built for solo travelers, digital nomads, and women building lives beyond borders. With a background scaling global SaaS companies and a lifelong passport mindset, Liz sits at the intersection of travel, technology, and community. We'll dive into the process of developing an app, as well as the opportunities and strengths that come with building a community around the globe. Liz Rivas, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I just want to say thank you. This is my very first podcast. I'm so excited to talk about RoamCircle, and I'm just so excited. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's so fun having you, and I'm so glad that you could be here in person because you're from Miami and you flew in a snowstorm, which is brave and awesome.
Yeah, this is I don't know why humans chose to settle here. Like this is not
We ask ourselves that every day.
I'm sure the summer is amazing and the bean is beautiful, but
Yes.
I will not be looking at the bean this year.
We live for our summers, that's for sure. So I think it's really funny. I think we should let the listeners know how we actually met. So last month, just in December, I did my first Art Basel, and through a mutual friends, we ended up meeting up because you're part of a group that is called what? Miami Girls?
Miami Girls, yes.
Okay, so that was an event that you've attended every year, correct?
Yeah, I love Art Basel. I honestly think that Art Basel is the biggest networking opportunity that Miami has, even though obviously it has like this whole the party. Yeah, that's yes, the parties are happening, the parties are partying, the art is arting. But honestly, like the amount of people and the connections that you make during Art Basel, I think is just what makes Miami so special. And it was really cool how we met and this just happened organically.
Organically, like we were walking around looking at the different exhibits and such. And then towards the end of the day, it was when we started talking more. You mentioned your app. And I was like, wait, you started an app? Like what? Tell me everything.
Yeah.
Then I was like, you've got to come on the podcast.
Like, yes, I want to be on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, so fun. Okay, so I want to give listeners a little recap of how did RoamCircle even begin? Where did this conceptualize?
Okay, so basically 2025 was a crazy year for everybody. I basically started my 2025 packing up my apartment, leaving my ex. We were together for 5 years. I packed up everything, including my wedding dress. A couple months before that, we got married. We had a wedding. He was struggling with addiction for his whole life, was sober for about 9 months. Unfortunately, we were in Dominican Republic. One thing led to another, and he was completely relapsed at the altar.
Wow.
And I noticed at that moment, obviously that is a woman's worst nightmare. It's just, you have this idea. It's like, I'm going to get married at, I'm 33 years old, and then we're going to start a family and all of these things. And I'm just standing at the altar looking at him, and I'm just like, I need to choose myself. This is not the life that I want for myself. So basically, right after the wedding, I packed all my things and basically started over at 33. And honestly spent the whole year solo traveling and digital nomading. That actually was something that we were going to do together as our honeymoon, was to start digital nomading in Costa Rica. And I'm just like, I'm going to do this by myself. So last year I traveled to about 12 different countries by myself, sometimes through work, some different work conferences. And sometimes I felt incredibly lonely, but also empowered because I heal through movement. And there was a lot of, eating by myself a lot. I went to clubs by myself in Berlin, and I had an amazing time. And sometimes I went on dating apps, and obviously a lot of women do that, and you end up in international entanglements and a lot of these, different weird situations, sometimes unsafe. And one day I was thinking, I'm like, there has to be another way for women to meet each other when they're traveling, especially for digital nomads or even expats. So I'm looking on these different WhatsApp groups. This is actually, I was about to be on my way to Lisbon, Portugal over the summer. Also, super long story. I was also feeling super sad around my birthday. And I'm like, I want to book another trip and all of this. And maybe I'll go on another dating app. I'm like, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to go on another dating app to just find someone to hang out with. And then I find all of these different WhatsApp groups, all of these different meetups, all of these different Facebook groups for all these folks. I'm like, there has to be an app that has all of that. There has to be an app that's for, especially for female solo travelers and for community. And I'm like, duh, like, let me just look for it. And I Google and I find out that it doesn't exist. And I think the average person, and how I've always been in my life, is, oh, this doesn't exist. Oh, well, guess it doesn't exist.
Move on.
But for me at that moment, for the first time in my life, I was like, I can build it. It literally, I don't know if you've ever watched like That's So Raven, when she has like the visions, like that Disney Channel show, and she's just like, and it was like at that moment where I'm just like, oh my God.
Like, this is meant to be.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like, oh, like I need to. It just was like, okay, I'm literally at the airport at the moment. I'm at the Amex lounge, and I'm like, hi, ChatGPT, I have this idea. And within 30 minutes, I had the name for RoamCircle. I had a website. I had an LLC. I had the Instagram, and I was just like, I got to do this. I got to build this.
When you hit that flow state and everything's just aligning, that's awesome.
Oh my God. Yeah. And it's like, I'm just like, how do I do this? How do I build an app? So basically that's kind of the origin story. I could kind of also dive in a little bit of how like the whole app process was, but that's kind of where it came from.
Like where the idea started.
Yeah. And I didn't set up this year. It was like, ooh, like I'm going to be an entrepreneur this year. It was just like, hey, I'm healing, I'm traveling, I'm lonely. And I feel like all of those moments had to happen to around August. I'm just like, how am I going to meet people? I don't want to do this. I saw a gap in the market, and I'm just like, I could do it.
Well, sometimes the best opportunities are knocking at your door. It's when you have to chase things that those don't feel like they're in alignment. But when it kind of presents itself and everything falls into place organically, like that gets exciting.
Yes. And also delusion. I think that's something a lot of entrepreneurs that I'm starting to learn have in common, is just like, just Delululand. It's just like, I could do anything. I could create anything. And it's
This
like,
is so fun.
yeah. And it's just like, oh, wait a minute. I have no idea how to build an app, but I know how to market. I know all of these different things from my background and everything, but we could talk about that a little.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Before we dive into that part, what is a digital nomad?
A digital nomad is basically somebody that works remote and basically travels around, goes to different countries. And this honestly really took off in 2020, when a lot of companies were doing remote work, and a lot of people were, especially small apartments. And you're just like, yeah, I don't have to go to the office anymore. My office is anywhere that I want it to be. So there's a huge community of digital nomads, especially in places like Bali, Lisbon, all over South America, Costa Rica. People, they meet up in coffee shops, and it's just like that whole culture of just like, my office is anywhere that I want it to be. So it's a really cool, fun way of life. Also gets a little lonely, but it's also super fun.
Okay. So you mentioned a lot about the different types of women that are coming on. Can you explain again, like a digital nomad or an expat? And then like, what is your target market of women that are joining this app?
Yeah, well, I'll first start by saying that RoamCircle is for every woman, any woman globally, any woman that's choosing herself, any woman that's choosing connection, whether you are, in your early 20s, just traveling solo, backpacking through Bali, or you're a woman who is, has kids and just wants like new friends, or you're new to a city and you just don't want to hang out with your husband every day. So we have like every single type of woman on the app, and it's really, really cool to see. An expat is somebody that moves into a new country. So basically, a lot of different Lisbon actually is one of the biggest expat hubs right now, and also Dubai. A lot of people move for just like a different way of life or work, or a lot of different things. So and I actually also, sometimes people consider if you're moving to a new city, you're kind of an expat. Like for instance, I moved from New York to Miami. That's how I found the new Miami girl groups, because it was basically everybody from different states like looking for friends and connection. So that's basically the audience, and obviously the solo travelers, girls that are maybe in town for a week and don't want to go on a dating app. So it's basically for every woman and every stage of life, and every stage of her journey.
So I love that, like, I could be on vacation with my family and then go on RoamCircle and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go out with a couple girls tonight, meet some of the, get the local
Yes.
vibe and join some girl groups around here.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you want to just do girls dinner, like even if you want to do girls yoga, or just go out and grab a drink or grab a coffee, like
I was gonna say, and like what's cool is that you're almost like immersing yourself in their culture in a little bit of a deeper way then.
yeah, because also what I'm doing with Rome Circle, it's a lot of female communities that already exist. So you're already part of the culture. You're already with people that live there. It's a little bit more of a vetted community, but there's also a lot of women that are just in town for a couple months, especially in Europe, that a lot of people are there for maybe like 90 days and they're doing kind of like the nomading thing. Some people are maybe there for 2 weeks. So it's like you have a community that moves with you wherever you are in the world. And that's also the authenticity that I want to keep with Rome Circle. It's just like whether you are in Dubai or in Europe, in LA, like it's like Rome Circle is everywhere.
So was last year the first year that you were starting to travel as a solo traveler? Or was that something you've always done?
Yeah, so fun fact, my father's actually a travel agent for 40 years. So I grew up traveling. Traveling is in my blood. Like my first steps were actually through the aisles of airplanes and airports. My father is a Dominican immigrant. He started his company in the 70s, also entrepreneur. It's kind of crazy how like everything is starting to kind of like, oh, wow, this is in my blood. Like this is kind of in my DNA. But basically, I traveled a lot by myself whenever I could. Lisbon was one of my favorite places to travel by myself because it's super safe for women. And basically, that's kind of where it started. And then I, also like did a lot of girls' trips and all of that. But last year was honestly the time where I'm just like, I don't have anything holding me back. I can travel by myself. I also heal through movement. So it's kind of like, okay, where can I go? What can I do? Who can I meet?
New experiences.
Yes, that's and everybody. It's actually very funny because a lot of people that are big travelers, a lot of us know sometimes that people that travel a lot, they're also healing from something or moving through grief in other ways. And a lot of people on Instagram would be like, wow, I love your life, or life goals. And they're just like,
This looks amazing.
yeah, like, wow, I want your life. And I'm just like, ooh, I'm literally crying in hotel rooms right now. I'm like running away from my problems, but they're still everywhere.
But I'm sitting in first class while I'm doing it.
Well, sometimes, I mean, but sometimes we're in the lounge sometimes, and then we're picking up our pride and we're sitting in 75Z all the way in
Right.
the back like this for 7 hours.
Right.
And sometimes, we get a points and we're just with the champagne and all that.
Do you feel like all of your experiences and like with your corporate job and your background, everything was then starting to align? Is that why it felt so exciting? That was
Yes, yeah, because it's kind of brought purpose into what I was doing. And I actually saw this quote recently that your 9 to 5 is actually your first investor. It is not your prison. And it's amazing. I love to see, I love the company that I work for. And I love to see how smart and innovative all the people there are, and like how deeply passionate they are about their jobs. And I'm passionate about my job too, but it's a different type of passion when it's something that belongs to you and you're just like, this is literally like my baby.
right. And seeing it from an idea to something that you can actually, I downloaded it. I have it on my phone now. I went to the app store and I was like, this is a like fully legit app.
It exists, yeah, but it didn't actually start that way. So basically, long story short, I'm coding this app. It's not a real app. So I find I tell ChatGPT, I'm like, you lied to me. You said this is gonna be easy. So I'm like, what now? So I found another service that helped, basically had the kind of the infrastructure that I was thinking for Rome Circle, which was kind of like a dating app infrastructure without the dating. So making a profile, connecting, and chatting. before the events, before all of that. That was kind of a feature that I thought of later. But basically, I'm coding this, and then I find something that already had the back end code, so I only had to build the front end. So I'm doing this by myself too. And then like
And you don't have a background in this
no,
whatsoever,
I
right?
don't. And that's like the thing is fake it till you make it. But also I'm just like I need help. I can't do this. This is stressful. This is not and it's not fun for me because that's not how my brain works. So I found another website that had contractors. So I found a guy in Nigeria who was like, I can do this for $300. And fun fact, it's not $300 to build an app. And also, if somebody in Nigeria says they're going to build something for you for super cheap, it's probably not true.
You get what you pay for, right?
Yeah, and so basically, I had this guy. He's building the app. I have a contract with him, and then I'm meeting with him every like a week, and I'm just like, hello, I want this app on the App Store. Like,
Are you like speaking to him on the phone?
yeah, we would
Or-
do
okay.
we would do like chats and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I built a lot of apps, and he had like reviews and stuff, and basically he's building it or whatever, building it. It's not actually happening.
Are there templates for apps? Like there's templates for websites?
Yeah, there's like
Okay.
the template with the code and everything. And I was just like, just make sure the code works so we can put it on the App Store. And basically, he didn't know what he was doing, but I didn't know that because I'm not a coder.
You're like, I also don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, like neither of us know what we're doing. We're
Right.
just like running around in circles. So I actually had a friend.
But not in Rome circles.
Yeah, not in Rome circles. There you go. I actually then had a friend who reached out to me and she's like, hey, I have a friend. He's actually a really good engineer. He's done a ton of apps with millions of users. Maybe you should talk to him. So I had him get on the phone with the guy in Nigeria, and he just asked one simple question. Where's the code? And the guy, I don't know if when you're in school, if you remember like when you didn't do your homework and you're just kind of looking in your book bag and you're just like, where is it?
I know it's here.
It's here. I know it's here. And that's kind of what he was doing. And he was screen sharing and like looking for the code. It's either the code exists or it doesn't. So basically, after I get on the phone with my friend, and he's like, listen, like this guy's not good. He's not.
You're never getting this code.
Yeah, he's like whatever you think he's doing, he's not doing. And I'm like, I can build you this app, but it's gonna cost you. And I'm like, great. So I took out a business Amex, and I'm just like, let's just do it, because I was already in the mindset. I'm like, I have the Instagram. I've been promoting this. I've been telling people that it's happening, so I have to make it happen.
Give me the code.
Yeah, like give me the code. And within 2 weeks, I had this beautiful MVP. So basically, from the day that I had the idea for RoamCircle to the day that the MVP came out was 90 days, which is an insane. ChatGPT says that's great founder
90
momentum.
days.
Yeah.
Like idea to fruition in 90 days.
Yes.
Do you think AI has a huge part in that? You mentioned ChatGPT.
Of course. I think a lot of people are afraid of AI, but if you're not using AI to its full potential, like AI is your co-pilot. And I think a lot of people really need to leverage it for its full potential. Because I'm like, this is what I'm doing. What is everything that I need to do? This is everything that I'm thinking. What is everything that I need to do? What am I missing? What am I like? Who do I need? So it's kind of connecting those dots. And my brain, I'm a marketing strategist. Like my brain already works like strategy. So it's basically like having a strategist co-pilot that's able to help me bring all of my ADHD ideas.
I was going to say, and like for people that have ADHD, having ChatGPT or something like that is such a good, like we just talked about, it's like body doubling, where you feel like you have somebody, you're not doing it completely by yourself, even though you're not like with another human.
Yeah.
And that can make a huge difference.
Yeah. It's the structure was like, oh, okay. Like this isn't that hard. Cause it's like, I have this huge idea. Cause I'm such a big picture thinker. I'm like, what are all the little steps that I need to do?
What am I not thinking of? What am I missing here?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So then you have this friend come in, he helps build the code, the app starts coming together. Who's designing like the functionality of the app?
Yeah, so that was all me. So basically, so all of the functionality of the app was basically designed by what I wanted it to do. So I gave him very clear directions of what I wanted it to look like the front end, what I want if this button is pressed, I want this to happen. So I gave him just like the energy of what I wanted the app to be. And actually the way RoamCircle looks right now, it's actually very similar to what I built by myself, like what I built on the front end. which is like, oh, front and back end, like developer talk. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But
Fancy words.
yeah,
You
big
sound like you know what you're
words.
talking
Yeah,
about if you throw this out.
nerd stuff. But basically, he made everything work and make everything work without bugs. Because also, I didn't know like if you have a crappy app, like the app store like charges you. And then he told me all of these things that I needed, like all the infrastructure on my website and all these domains and all of the servers and all of these different things that I didn't even think about. But it's just like, I'm like, explain this to me like I'm four. And it's kind of like having a really good partner to be like, this is my thing, like let me help you. So it was really like helping put the training wheels on, but it happened very fast. And I'm like, oh, okay, the MVP is that, like, let's start testing this idea, let's start, growing this baby and actually like making it happen.
Yeah. What is that process like submitting to the app store? Like, do they do like rigorous testing with it? Do
um
they approve everything?
Yeah, so it took a while. Basically, there's a bunch of different things. Like you need to get like a I don't know. There's a lot of things that go in. He handled most of that because it was just like, okay, I'm submitting it for testing. It takes a couple days. I don't know what that is.
Mhm.
Like we'll have it. Sometimes it won't be approved, and you're just like, oh, like you need to have this particular, like you have to have an unsubscribe module, you have to have a particular, like very particular things for also
So they
like,
do have a checks and balances
yeah, they
type of
have to make
system?
sure that there's like a password protection, like little kind of things like that to protect people. Then there's also laws for every country that you have to do like paperwork and you have to sign and all of that stuff. I'm just like, I don't know what this is. I'm just like, just make it happen.
Wow, I didn't realize that different countries would have different regulations around the apps.
Yes, you
And
need
with a global app that you're making,
to.
you have to really care about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of other little things, and then you need to have like different you have to have your company approved. You have to have like an IEN number. It has to be approved to like the state. You have to have a business bank account. Like there's so many other little things that I'm just like, okay, like just do
Your
it.
to-do list gets longer and longer and longer.
Yeah, I'm just like, Chat GPT, you told me this is gonna be easy. Like, what is this?
What's happening? Okay, so then 90 days later, your app gets approved. You're on there.
Yeah.
And talk me through a little bit about what the app does. So you have these different circles that you can join.
Yeah. So basically, RoamCircle at its core is a global ecosystem of female friendships and community. And basically, every single region, I have a large women's community that already exist there. So I've been partnering with my first city was Lisbon, Portugal. It was Nomad Girls Club. And basically, it's a lot of women that are expats that are also solo traveling or digital nomading. They join that group when they're in Lisbon and they do like cute dinners and meetups and craft circles and yoga and rooftop. And also, then I met another group in Mexico City that's very similar. So, as I'm kind of seeing, it's like who I want to partner with, it's a lot of these global female communities and meetups and all this like really so it's basically you go on the app, you can make a profile, you can connect with people one-on-one, you can chat basically like a Bumble BFF. And then it also has the events feature, so you can join any community event that is already in that region. So far I have 12 regions live, everywhere from Mexico City to Dubai to Bali, partnering with a lot of those global, those like sisterhood meetups and all
So are
of
you
that.
having to vet all these places
Yes.
before you're adding them to
Yes.
your app?
So
Okay.
every community is vetted by me. I talk to these women. I find these groups on Instagram or on Facebook, and basically like I see what they're doing, and it's so cool just to see that all these global communities are popping up, and like so many women are choosing like sisterhood and community and connection. It's like this is kind of new, honestly. There has not been such a global movement of women communities and women's sisterhood. Like it's just really cool that this is happening so quickly and so just globally.
Organically too.
Yeah.
I love that you're bringing that up because it's something that I've been seeing a lot more lately is that people are starving for connection and
Mhm.
starving for a community. And so not knowing where to start and if you're traveling like that, it's so cool that you're able to provide them with a safer opportunity for solo women travelers because it's a little bit scary to think about. So if you can
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
some sort of sisterhood there where people are looking out for you and these places are vetted.
Yeah, and that's honestly what I wanted to do, is just like create a global ecosystem of these women communities, because it's like whether you're traveling by yourself in Dubai or in Paris or whatever, like you open the RoamCircle app and there's already a community there for you. There's already women there, and it's honestly so cool how quickly it's growing organically. Like I go on the back end of the app every day and I see the type of women that are joining, and they're just amazing, amazing women. Like there's entrepreneurs, there's women in like like the healing space, there's like women that are building their own communities, and it's like, whoa, like this is so amazing, because it's like a lot of women, you don't want to go on these dating apps, and like it's just all these international entanglements and all of this, all these situationships, which is very, very common for women that are traveling, because you don't want to be by yourself. Um and then it's like, okay, like all of these different groups exist, but it's like, what if there's one ecosystem that has that together? So it's like, not only if you're solo traveling, but the expat community. I think in the last 5 years, we have had one of the biggest global migrations that has happened, especially because of remote work, and a lot of people relocating, a lot of women starting over in new cities. For instance, for me, how I found New Miami Girls, I was brand new in Miami.
And look at all the opportunities that came out from just joining a group of women that everyone
Yes.
wants to help each other out and support each other.
Mhm.
And it brings up different conversations happen because of
Yes.
it.
Yeah, I've joined also a lot of different like women networking groups, and I'm honestly like bringing all of those groups into the RoamCircle ecosystem. So it's not only like meetups and like cute dinners and yogas and all these different things. Like that is amazing, but it's also becoming a network of women supporting each other. A lot of women that I'm meeting in the mental health space helping each other. A lot of women that are in the entrepreneurial space and the PR space, and it's just like everybody wants to help each other, and it's so cool to see when sisterhood becomes collaborative instead of, back in, like we are realizing how stronger we are as women when we collaborate and when we support each other. It's so past that like cattiness and the patriarchy, and it's just like women are
Right.
against each
Against each other, so
other.
competitive. It's like, it
Yeah,
doesn't have to be that way.
but
There's
it's
enough for
not,
everyone.
because women at our core, we've always been tribal, and now we are starting to remember like who we are and how strong we are that we're when we're together. And that's what I really want RoamCircle to be. It's a platform of women supporting women, women communities, whether you're by yourself somewhere and you're just like, where are my people? Where's my circle? Like your circle's everywhere.
I think what's really important, and this goes into a lot of different businesses, is that the timing has to be right.
Hmm.
And between, COVID happening and people working remote and women empowerment and all these things happening,
Hmm.
it really feels like the timing is all completely in alignment for an app like this to come out.
Yes, it really feels like it. And it's really cool because I see like a lot of kind of different apps, like some of them for co-eds. Like there's not really anything that's like what I'm doing. Like there's some that are just for travel. There's some that are, well, travel is actually something that's coming up next in Q2. The Q2 corporate.
Got to bring in the corporate a little bit.
Yeah, but it's really, really cool because it's just like, whoa, like I'm actually there's a gap there that's in the market, and there's hunger for it. Like there's just a really organic, like it's not, I come from like the demand generation side of marketing, where it's like you're creating the demand. Like the demand is not, I'm not creating it. Like it's already there. People are just waiting for to find it and to be part of it.
Awesome. So you mentioned some of these partnerships in Lisbon and other countries. How do you go about finding these partnerships?
Honestly, so it actually also kind of happens organically, like through like the Instagram and TikTok algorithm. But basically, it's just a lot of it is just finding me, to be honest. I had one group recently joined from Buenos Aires. I had a woman reach out to me like, hey, I noticed that like my region's not on your app. I would love to be part of RoamCircle and add my region. And
Is that like a pinch me moment?
yeah, and I'm like, that's so cute. I'm like, wow, because it's just like I've been honestly pitching to a lot of these different communities. I'm just like, hey, I'd love, for you to be part of RoamCircle. I'm also not asking for any revenue share, and I think it's very much based on trust. guest. Like eventually, yes, I will have my own RoamCircle, exclusive events and stuff like that. But for right now, I just really want to create a global ecosystem of these female groups. So it's like trusted groups. I'm vetting them. I'm talking to them. And it's like every woman who starts these groups, like their journey is so similar. Whether they're in Mexico City, it's just like, oh, like I was digital nomading and I was traveling and I wanted to find friends, so I started a group. Especially this one girl in Mexico City, her name's Pau. She has the Mexican and Foreigner Girls Club. Her group grew. Every time I look at it, it's growing bigger and bigger. Right now, there's like 30,000 girls on the Instagram for that group.
Oh my
When I
gosh.
first found it, it was like 15,000, and I just reached out like, hey, I'd love your community to be on RoamCircle. I would love you to own the region for RoamCircle, and like
That just shows the numbers are there. Like there's a need for this. People want this. They're asking to join.
it's insane, and it's just like from just the last couple of months, like I've tapped into a network of over 50,000 women, and it's like whoa. And it's just and like there's a group in Dubai that I'm talking to, like of Dubai expat women. There's a group in Paris that I'm talking to next week to get them on RoamCircle, and it's just so like it's so cool. It's like so exciting.
I love it. And you can just feel the passion of you talking
Mhm.
about it. And it seems like it's just in complete alignment with where you are and what you want to be doing. And I love that. Talk to me a little bit about, so you create this app. Where does the monetization come in with an app like that?
Yeah, so basically that's coming in next month actually. So I'm in the process of creating another layer on top of the app. As of right now, the app is only you create a profile, you can connect and chat and join an event.
For me, the thought of traveling solo can be intimidating. It can be
Mhm.
scary. But if you are going into a situation as a solo traveler, knowing that you're not actually solo, that you do have a network that you can tap into, I think you might open up travel for a lot of women that might not otherwise do that.
Yeah, and actually that's been a really cool part of it, is just seeing how this me creating this and just like my friends and stuff that I've just been friends with a long time, and like on Instagram people always say to me like, you're inspiring me to travel solo. Like I've always been so scared, but like I think I'll try it now. And I'm like, wow, like that. I'm like, yes, do it, do it. That's so amazing. It's just like it's not as scary as you think. And then also tapping into the female travel groups and stuff like that. Like if you don't want to do the travel thing solo, you can join a female travel group also. But I think just like dipping your toe in, like I think anybody should experience traveling by themselves.
I hear that's very therapeutic.
It is.
And like it's a good skill to learn how to be with yourself and not be relying on all these, exterior forces to make you happy and excited and be with other people and groups.
Yeah. I think solo traveling is a huge exercise in self-trust. You really have to trust yourself. You are making all of these micro decisions, like where am I going? Where am I staying? Where's the transportation? Like you're figuring this out all by yourself. And actually there's a study that's shown that once people do solo traveling, any type of decision making becomes a lot easier, because decision making, especially fast decision making, comes from self-trust. And it's also the whole entrepreneurial thing is trusting yourself, but that solo traveling and just sitting with yourself and having these experiences really exercises that part of your brain that just makes you trust yourself.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely something, everyone should try at some point. I have yet to, but you're kind of inspiring me to want to do this now.
Do it.
I have two key things that I want to highlight on, and I think it's really important for listeners that are small business owners. One we just talked about is the timing, but the other thing you mentioned that's super important is going into a business knowing that there's a market there for it. And like you said, you're going into a travel business of women, and there's a huge market for it. So you're tapping into something that already exists. You're not trying to make up something that doesn't exist in the market yet.
Yeah. A lot of people try to do create a market for it. And it's just like it's already there. It's just kind of building. What I'm trying to do is just build an ecosystem for something that's already there, and bring all of that together. But that's the thing is like, sometimes you have to think about it from the consumer point. It's just like, what is it that I need? What is it that I wanted? And I think that's what a lot of business owners, especially successful business owners and entrepreneurs, it's that they see the gap, they think of something like, hey, this will be very helpful for me. And then they're like, wait a minute, if this is helpful for me, there's billions of people in the world. This is probably a problem for a lot of people. So I actually didn't really do a lot of market research. I was just kind of seeing that there was all of these different communities and all of these different things that are existing, and I wanted to bring it all together so people could find it easier.
And with your background being in marketing, global marketing, what are the different marketing channels that you're going to be using to promote this app?
Yeah, so basically, so my background is global marketing strategy. So it's like,
It's a
hello.
fancy title. I like it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's corporate. Everything's made up. But basically, yeah, I've been in the enterprise space for a really long time and basically building these large campaigns to win accounts globally and work really closely with sales. So my brain already works like that. I'm just like, where is my consumer? Where is my target audience? How do I reach them? Like, it doesn't have to be rocket science. And it's like, and then also, how do you keep bringing people back? How do you build a community? So that's a little bit new for me. The social media side, like I'm in B2B business, business to business, like you're doing white papers and case studies, like that's not sexy. So being like more on the consumer side and like the social media, like I've been partnering with Gen Zs and I'm just like, help me do this. Like I'm a grandma now.
Like,
I'm
teach
just,
me what's cool. What are the
yeah,
cool
like
kids
what are the
doing these
kids
days?
doing? Yeah. But yeah, obviously, looking at different groups that exist already, Facebook, Twitter, um, doing a lot of, that's actually, I think what I'm doing a lot that's different is the partnerships. Um, I think tapping into the communities that already exist is actually easier than creating your own community because I'm creating an ecosystem of communities.
That's such a good point. You're not having to go after each individual person. If you're partnering with somebody that already has a built-in community and it's mutually beneficial for both of you guys,
Yeah.
that makes it much easier process to transferring them over to using your app.
Yeah, and that's actually what makes it faster too, because it's like I'm not building it from scratch. I'm actually just integrating those communities. So it's not like I'm starting from ground zero of just like, all right, let's do a random meetup somewhere in Dubai. It's just like there's a community already in the app and I'm bringing them in and they're already part of it. And then all they do is introduce me to their community. I'm just like, you're free for life. Like I never want to do any revenue share, whatever. Like I just want an ecosystem. I want a place for women to be able to find your group.
That is so beautiful. I'm so excited to check this out. Like I said, I downloaded it yesterday. Now I got to play around with it a little bit and see, where the first few cities are going to be.
Oh my God. Yeah. So far I have Lisbon. That was my flagship city. That's like I think where my heart is. That's where RoamCircle was born. Mexico City, Buenos Aires, Dubai, Mexico, Bali, Thailand, Medellin, Colombia, Costa Rica. I have a couple U.S. cities, obviously Miami. That's like where I'm from. So Miami has its own thing. I'm onboarding L.A., New York. So it's kind of like it's just really growing organically. I'm having people reach out to me like, my region's not on the app yet. Like, how do I go about doing it? Or like or communities saying like, hey, like I'd love my community have like expat girls Porto that I'm gonna be onboarding soon. They're just like, oh, I noticed that Porto's not on your list, only Lisbon. I'm like, yeah, I will add it for you.
Like I'm one person. I'm trying. This is going so fast.
Yeah. And also I think what I'm learning too that I think is important for founders to not burn out is starting to just like hire people and find help. And I've been having people like reach out to me, like super smart people. They're just like, hey, like I want to help. I want to be involved. Like I want to.
You're on the right path when that starts happening.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like I have an amazing woman that reached out to me recently. She is a diplomat and basically she's growing her own community. And basically I'm like, yeah, she's like, I'd love to support growing your community. Let me know anything that you need help with. And I'm like, yeah, and obviously I'm going to help you grow your community and you have my ecosystem and all of these women. And it's just kind of like, and then seeing other women that are doing things in the building community. The Nomad Girls group girl, she's just built a course on how to build community. So I'm helping. So I'm basically going to be promoting her to people that want to build their own communities globally.
Doesn't it feel like once you're living in alignment and everything is starting to line up in a perfect order that the universe starts delivering what you need?
Yes. And that's one thing that I had to learn the hard way. Is just like things flow. Like when you are in flow state, I think it's like the Japanese term. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but like ikagi, it's basically when you are living, when you are doing something that is in direct alignment of your purpose and your passion and find a way to make that profitable, you are living in ikagi, which is just that is that flow state. Because it's like when you're pushing, and that's like how I feel sometimes in corporate. It's just like you're just pushing, and I'm so burnt out, and I'm like I'm not even,
Nothing's happening. I'm trying so hard and
oh my
nothing's
God.
happening.
And there's all these stakeholders and all these things and all of that. And I'm just like, you're just pushing. But, and then like by the end of the day, you're just so tired. But for RoamCircle, I'm so energized. Like it brings me so much energy. Like I never thought I'd be one of those people like working on the plane. I'm just like, what are they doing? I'm just like, yeah,
relax.
yeah, like watch your movie. What are you doing? And now I'm like on the plane like this, just like working the whole time. And I'm like, ooh, those are all my ideas. And I'm like, I was on a flight earlier today, and like there was no Wi-Fi. And I'm just like, what am I gonna do? Like these are my best working hours.
It's so true. When you hit that flow state, and it gives you so much energy. Like the days I record podcasts, I like hop out of bed. I'm like, zooming around. The days that, you have to do the mundane tasks that you don't want to do and you're up against all that resistance, it's a completely different feel.
Yeah. And I'm like in bed. I'm like, okay, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. And I'm just like, oh wait, I have a really good idea. And like I open my notes app, like you have to write this idea down like now. Like I have post-its all over my house. And I'm just like, this is like a crazy person's house right now.
But it's all coming together.
Yes. And I actually, when I didn't have Wi-Fi on the plane, I'm actually looking through all of my notes from like from the first kind of 2 weeks of RoamCircle and kind of seeing all of these ideas that were just coming in. And I'm just writing down everything. I'm like, oh wow, like all of that's actually happening. Like this is really cool.
That's a good idea to go back and reference those and see how far you've come. Because sometimes as business owners, it's hard to do that. You think you're always behind and not keeping up with everything.
That's the crazy part. Because it's because when I take a step back, what I've done in 90 days is unheard of. What I've done in 180 days is what ChatGPT's is founder level velocity, which I don't even know.
Oh, that's fancy.
Yeah,
I like that.
I don't even know what the hell that is. But I'm just like, oh, okay. But then there's days where I'm like, I'm not moving fast enough. And then like the guilt, and I'm just like, what else could I be doing? And then there'll be days like, obviously as women, like our energy's not the same every day. Like there'll be days where I'm just like, I just want to chill. I just want to relax. Like, oh, I want to watch a movie. I want to eat. And then the guilt. And I'm just like, I could be doing so much. Like, what am I not doing?
Well, it's good to recognize when you're in a state of like, okay, I can do this. I can focus versus it's time to rest. Don't even think about the business. You're going to make bad decisions right now.
Of course. Yeah. But also that's the thing is just like you have to have that balance, because there's also like a saying that says money loves speed. So it's kind of like you have to move quickly if you want to be successful. And the difference between the people that are successful and the people that are not successful is their ability to execute on ideas. Like a lot of people have really, really good ideas. And I know I've been in a lot of conversations when people are like, hey, I have this really idea. What do you think about this? And I'm just like, do it. Just do it.
What are you waiting for?
Like,
Stop asking me.
Stop asking. Just go for it. Make a website. Just start. And
analysis paralysis. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, that's so common because, and then one thing that I notice is a lot of people, they have really good ideas and then they'll get mad when someone else does their idea, and I'm just like, you didn't do anything about it. Or they'll be watching TV like, oh, I thought about that years ago, and then like, but you didn't do it. You didn't do anything about it. So you can't be mad when someone else is doing it and becoming successful when you could have done it already.
Right. Take one step every day, and huge leaps will be made in no time at all.
Yes.
I love that. Okay. We're running out of time a little bit, but I do want to touch on 2026. What does that look like for RoamCircle?
Holy cow. Yeah, 2026. I mean, 2026 is the year of the horse. It's the year of the momentum. I'm fully locked in. I am so excited to continue building this amazing global ecosystem. So basically in the next couple of weeks, onboarding city leaders for every single region that's currently live, bringing women onto the app. I have a new update coming up where people could see who's going to the events, chat and see each other, build more of that community. In Q2, I will have the travel community on the app, those travel groups, hopefully helping my father's business out. And that's basically what I want to do. But I also want to build this app very intentionally, because it's not just an app, it's not a piece of technology. I really want this to be a global sisterhood. I really want to be intentional about the groups and the communities that I partner with, the team that I'm building. Like, I want an all women team. I want an all women team. I definitely want more women of color on my team. And that's like really where I want to focus, like women in neurodivergence, like a lot of like different types of women, different thinking. So that's basically what RoamCircle looks like in the next couple of months. And it's just insane because it's only been 5 months. So I can only imagine how quickly this.
Right. You went this far in that short amount of time.
Yes. Oh my God.
Imagine what's going to happen in a year.
I'm so excited. And it just really feels like it's the beginning. And I really want to build this with intention and with heart, and just have a place where women really feel supported wherever they are in the world.
That is beautiful. And I love that you touched on it was the year of the snake, which really aligns with your story so well.
Oh, man.
And now you're in the year of the horse.
Mhm.
How fun is that? I think it's mid-February they say it officially goes into.
Yeah. I'm definitely feeling it. But I think a lot of women are feeling it. And I love to see that a lot of women are choosing community and collaboration. And what I also want to do with RoamCircle is give a platform for women in their communities, and especially women that are doing really big things or that want to start big things, and have it become just a place where women support each other, whatever type of business that you're in, whether you are in the travel space or the community space, or if you're in the helping other, the healing space, or in the mental health space, like any way that I can help women. Because I also feel that the way that we, as just a global sisterhood, the way that we really excel in life is uplifting each other and collaboration.
Mm-hmm. And I think what's really cool about your app is that there's so many different ways that brands can get involved with what you're doing too, because you're hitting such an important target market that there is going to be so many different opportunities for collaborations. So for those listeners out there, either women that are going to be solo travelers or people that do have groups, like where's the best place for them to reach out to you, contact you? Like, what's the best thing for them to do?
Yeah, definitely check out RoamCircleApp.com. Definitely check out the Instagram. It's basically me. So anytime you DM, like, you're gonna reach me. I hopefully I'm gonna start having some help soon. But honestly, I really want it to be. I really want to be the heart of this community also, and give really build those relationships with the brands and everybody that I work with, and just really have that authentic communication with people. But yeah, definitely check out RoamCircle app. It's on the App Store. It's on Google Play. It's everywhere. We're growing so fast, so I'm really excited to partner any woman that has a community or events or anything that they want to highlight. That's also like really where I'm at. Also, is just really finding other people to collaborate with and continue to grow.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to watch what happens this year and help support you in any way that I can. And I hope all the listeners out there go download the app.
Period.
Yes, go follow on Instagram, and just watching all the travels, knowing you for just over a month now and all the places you've gone to visit, and you have such a good like insider scoop on some things. I love it's a great, you're a great person to follow, and it's very interesting to watch.
Yay.
Well, thank you for being in Chicago in this snowy weather. And, I hope you come on again and give us an update, in a couple months with your app.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. Thank you so much for having me. This is really, really, really special for me. This is my first podcast ever. And like, I'm just so grateful that, like you have me on, and I'm so excited to see what happens with your podcast too. And just like highlighting entrepreneurs. And I'm just so, so grateful. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Thanks so much.
Thanks for listening to Nothing Small About Business. Make sure you follow the show so you don't miss the value in upcoming episodes. Share this with someone who's growing, and connect on socials for more.